Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to cover a problem that I've had for many years, that I've worked to find a solution for, trying various drills. And for me at least, they didn't work for me because of the way my mind and body operates. And I don't consider that a failure of the drills or the advice I've been given, etc., etc. But I know others have the same problem, and maybe those drills would work for them. I'll leave some example drills below. But I want to talk about a solution that I've been thinking about and working on for myself. And it's in the form of a drill, and I may have other drills after that. But I want to point out here, I am not a disc golf coach. I'm not a form coach. I'm someone that's interested very much in disc golf, particularly the backhand form, but also forehand and other types of throws. But in particular, I've had issues getting past a certain plateau in form development because of this one issue that I'm going to talk about today. What I want to talk about here is essentially developing a good swing. So in the backhand throw, the swing has a lot of elements to it, because even if you're doing a standstill throw, either with your feet like this or like this, however you place yourself when you're doing a standstill throw, you essentially have your entire body contributing to this effort. And in particular, you have the disc in your hand and you want to throw it, so you want to use your arm. But there are other elements of what you're doing that are beyond the arm. Your shoulder, your spine, your hips, even to some extent your legs are involved in this throw. And a lot of people like me, we are told, or we read, or we watch certain things online, and we try to imitate those things, and in many cases we think we're doing a good enough job. Or, hey, I'm going to start out doing this lawnmower pull, and eventually I'll get it. I'll just keep working at it until I refine things. A lot of people like myself got good at developing bad form, and in my case, I got so good at developing bad form, I couldn't change from that bad form. Even when I thought I was making changes, I would watch in the video of me recording myself after the fact, and in most cases, very little to no change was evident at all. And often what it ended up with is a less accurate throw, doesn't go as far, and me being frustrated because of it. So that's why I'm doing this video here, because I think first and foremost, if you're going to play this game of disc golf, in addition to putting, you need to learn how to throw correctly. Not perfectly, correctly. It's a sport, it's dynamic. Things will change based on anything from what's going on in here to what's going on out here. So the bottom line is, for you to enjoy this game, you need to learn the basics of a good swing and then practice it enough times to where you can do it, and then go have fun. Play disc golf, enjoy the experience, and learn how to do it properly. But I wish I was told how to throw properly from the beginning, because it would have saved myself years of problems. So the nature of the problem that I've been having to deal with is that when I throw, my arm collapses against my body. I've heard this referred to as shoulder collapse, vertical and horizontal shoulder collapse, and there's a bunch of different terms for a variety of different things, but I'm basically showing you my problem. When I throw, I end up turning this elbow down. This comes close to my body, and often that tilts this disc up to where when you're looking like this, it's like this. So what ends up happening is I develop an issue where I'm throwing and I get nose up releases and a lot of wobble. That has been the bane of my existence in this game, and it's made me want to quit several times. I've learned a bunch of different things to try to deal with that, from like the trebuchet drill, and I even developed my own little drill, you know, parallel to that a long time ago. But ultimately for me and how I work, that did not work. So again, the problem is your arm, for whatever reason, collapses against your chest. What I've had to do to fix this is focus more on this, the upper arm. Because what happens is you get your torso and your upper arm forms a 90-degree angle. For me, when that angle becomes more acute than 90 degrees, inside the 90 degrees, like 80, 75, 70 degrees, that forces my elbow to come down. So that's what causes that. So why is my arm doing this? I'm not telling it to per se. I think I'm trying to hold the 90 degrees. But what's actually happening is I'm reaching back too fast with this arm. So before my shoulders have fully rotated to where it looks more like this, my arm is beating me to the punch. In fact, often I will automatically reach the peak of the backswing before I've even touched. And then as I'm doing this, I'm already starting to throw before I've even planted my foot. That is the nature of the problem. The upper arm collapses against the body, and what ends up happening is you get a mechanically less effective lever, so your spin rate will go down. When you're doing a drive and you're doing a walk up, cross step, run up, whatever you want to call it, there's a kinetic chain from there all the way here, and you end up short circuiting it when you get this independent of the body. So what you want to do with respect to timing is get your upper arm timed with everything else. You want to reach that peak backswing after you plant. So you plant at least at the same time as you get the peak of the backswing and then you throw, or there's a delay. You plant and then throw. So now let me get to the drill. So I call this drill the upper arm drill. It is not flashy, it's not catchy, it's very direct. I'm not even saying that I'm somehow creating something that didn't exist before, or there aren't elements of other drills that do the same thing. But essentially what you want to do is stop worrying about the disc in the hand as much to solve this problem. What you want to do is focus on this upper arm angle, make sure it never comes in here. And all I want you to do is basically do this, that, that. And you can time this off arm to however you want. You can even leave it to your side. It's not relevant to this drill. The only thing that's relevant to this drill is that you keep this upper arm angle at 90 degrees or farther out, and it's going to end up being farther out, particularly from the power pocket out to release. Don't even think about throwing. All you're thinking about doing is this simple operation. That's the A part of the drill. The B part of the drill is like that. So you're trying to use a hyzer tilt to be tilted forward. You don't want to lean or in either direction. You want to rotate your shoulders like that. See how the shoulders are rotating? But you'll notice that I'm keeping the arm out. I'm not trying to do a wide rail per se. There are some people that have this issue where the arm comes in passively and then they try to force this out. But I just think looking at people attempting to do that, that still breaks the kinetic chain. Another thing that I see people do is even when they get this upper arm angle at the right thing, it's like this passive sort of thing. Where it just ends up there, and you want to have a level of control in doing that. So all this drill is doing is teaching you to build that feeling, the proprioception of I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and it doesn't have to feel like a wide rail, but as long as the disc is roughly here, then you can do that. Too many people focus on like here, the elbow and the arm and the orientation and the grip and whole bunch of things, and that's not unimportant. Those are important, but for this one issue that I see everyone having, you need to just practice that. Practice the feel of doing that so you can throw correctly. However you want to do it, off arm or no off arm. The upper arm drill is simply getting used to the idea of doing this. And you do it enough times and you build this motor pattern. You're building a new rail system here to where this is how you throw. That's all you're doing. However you want to deal with the off arm and everything else. Just do that. And I think you'll be rewarded with better throws. That's it. That's the video. I know it was very long and rambly. I'm hoping I put enough multimedia in there so you can see the problem better. And yeah, that's going to do it. So hope you liked the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, as I have more disc golf content on the way. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.